Today's video is about 5 easy steps for better self-care for moms. You might think, what does self-care have to do with parenting skills anyways? Well, it has everything to do with it. If you've watched my videos or read my blog posts, you've probably heard me say several times that we teach our children mainly by what we do more than by what we say. If you want your kids to take good care of themselves in your absence, you need to do it for yourselves as well. If they always see you prioritizing other people's needs before your own, you're teaching them to place other people's needs first at the expense of their own. Sounds a lot like people-pleasing, doesn't it? Our unhealed wounds are passed down from one generation to the next when we live and parent unconsciously. All too common are women raised with the principle that putting their needs first equals being selfish. Other childhood or past wounds can also lead to lack of proper self-care. And if you struggle with this, delve deeper into your own issues and work through them. This will greatly change the way you parent your child for the better. Adequate self-care starts with setting healthy boundaries, which goes hand in hand with self-respect, and self-respect fosters healthy self-esteem. If your own self-esteem is healthy, the greater the chances your child will develop a healthy self-esteem as well. In the midst of attachment parenting and conscious parenting, there is still space to take good care of yourself. How will your child learn self-love if you don't have love for yourself? You teach people how to treat you, and it starts with your family. If you send conflicting messages between your actions and your words, trust me, your children will follow your actions. I've seen it too many times in my practice. Parents asking me to heal their child of an ailment which is only a mirror image of their own parental suffering. But like most moms, and I've been guilty of this on many occasions, sometimes we show more love and dedication to our children than we do to ourselves. We always put them first at the expense of our own health and well-being. I learned the hard way that if I did not heal or take care of myself first, then I'm not a good teacher to my daughter. It's really important that you create for yourself rituals of self-care, that you set clear boundaries for respect of mommy time. Practice your favorite hobby, socialize with your friends, have date nights with your husband or partner, work out, do yoga, meditate, read, etc. Whatever brings you joy and peace. It's important that you set aside time just for you. Step 1, do make a point to make yourself happy once a day for the easy, doable things and regularly for bigger ticket items. Here are just a few examples of what I like to do for myself on a daily basis. I like to read a book at bedtime, meditate, yoga, write my book in the morning, listen to my favorite radio station when I cook or walk the dog or drive, listen to music, sing. Here are more examples of things I like to do for myself on a weekly basis. I like to meet with a good friend, go out for tea or coffee in my favorite cafe and write, have a nice long walk with the dog, take a nice bath with candles, work on an art project. I like to take time alone in my healing room. I like to light candles, put soft music. I like to read special passages in books or inspirational cards that I have, or just sit there in silence and gratitude. And other times I like to go crazy and sing to music that I love. Step 2, create a special space in your house or apartment for yourself. It can take up a whole room or a section of a room. If the space you live in is small, you can use a divider or use the architecture to create the illusion of a separate space. Some people like to create a special altar where they keep special items in that area. It can be on a table, a bookshelf, on top of a dresser. It doesn't really matter. On your altar, you can have pictures of people you love, special stones, books, Candles, crystals, incense, an essential oil diffuser, a Himalayan salt lamp, or any inspirational object that has special meaning to you. You can also add a comfortable chair or cushions to sit on, a music player to relax the senses, etc. Your space can have a theme, a color, a special decorative item, etc. The sky's the limit, when it comes to deciding what you make of that space. The important part is that when you enter that space, immediately it shifts you into a positive state of mind, and it will relax you and help you disconnect or unwind, and it brings you peace and joy. I recommend that you give that space a name. I call mine the healing room. Retreat to that space in those moments of self-care. Step 3. Self-love and self-care involve loving your imperfections and doing so out loud. Show your kids that it's okay to not be perfect and to make mistakes. Forgive yourself and be kind to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself and such a perfectionist, as this is what you're teaching your kids to be. Instead of focusing your attention on your perceived flaws, pay attention to your strengths and assets and highlight them and be proud of them. This will teach your kids to do the same. Even world-renowned supermodels hate parts of themselves. No one's perfect. If you catch yourself berating yourself or your appearance, correct yourself immediately as you would correct your child. And just tell that mind of yours to take a hike. You need to embrace your mistakes and imperfections. They are gifts. If you don't, your child will not only mirror them back to you, but how do you expect them to embrace their own imperfections if you can't embrace your own? Lead by example, or you'll be perceived as a fraud by your children. Start by practicing the simple technique called mirror work as taught by Louise Hay, and change the way you talk to yourself. Because don't forget, what you keep affirming becomes your reality. So make sure you affirm good thoughts in your life. Step 4 is to develop a practice of gratitude. Once a day at least, reflect on what you're grateful for. You can even write it down in a beautiful journal. It's especially important to do this on difficult days, as it will put things into perspective. Psychology research has shown the positive impact of keeping a gratitude journal. For example, better sleep, better mood, fewer illness, and more happiness. I've included a link below this video so you can try the gratitude quiz to see how grateful you really are. It will give you a great baseline measure and know what to work on. It's well known that an attitude of gratitude leads to greater life satisfaction. Step 5. If you carry unhealed wounds from your past, invest in a good therapist. Know that you are worth it. As you heal your own wounds and take care of yourself, naturally, your child will benefit. As a result, you will parent more consciously, be more present emotionally to your child's actual needs, and you won't project your own issues on him or her. Don't forget, when mama's happy, everyone is happy. This saying bears so much truth. Take the time to pamper yourself. It's well worth it. A final action step. Practice self-care and self-love requires a bit of introspection. So start by deciding what you value in your life and what brings you joy, and carefully ponder on this. It may take a few days. Look at your schedule and see how, on a daily basis and on a weekly basis, you can make time for yourself. Develop those rituals that show how much you love yourself by working through the 5 steps I've mentioned in this video. And start seeing positive changes in your life and your family's life. For more on self-care, read this really good book by Cheryl Richardson, The Art of Extreme Self-Care. The book is designed so that you can complete 1 chapter a month. Don't forget to get my free ebook. Just go to drmadrigrano.com. Thank you so much for watching.